Touchdown, we have touchdown.
I'm going to see an image of Mars that no one has ever seen before.
Just got so close, but we just couldn't do the science.
Oh, it's just incredible to see that the Mars, is really there.
The Soviet Union was first to attempt to land on Mars. Sputnik 24 failed. Mars 2 crashed into the Martian surface, but it was Mars 3 that was actually first to properly land on the red planet. But it only had time to send this picture before it gave up completely.
Probably it's the most exciting moments of the life when you received signal from the planet. A great disappointment when it stopped transmitting and you could not do anything else.
Jump to Mars 6, which managed to send more than 3.5 minutes of data as it descended, and then silence. What's more, a microchip failure meant a lot of what was gathered turned out to be unusable. Things got even worse for Mars 7, which missed the planet entirely by 1,300 kilometers. That's 3 Grand Canyons worth. But Mars landings started to get really good in 1976 when the Americans arrived. NASA landed on the red planet exactly 7 years to the day after they put the first man on the moon.
And there's the first piece of information coming in.
Well, there are rocks. There are rocks, yes.
So second to land on Mars, but first to complete its mission. Not long after, Viking 2 landed on the opposite side of the planet, and together they took over 1,400 photographs. But 20 years went by before anyone tried to land again. Russia's Mars 96 launched into Earth's orbit, but then crashed back down around South America a few hours later. But in '97, NASA had a reason to celebrate. Pathfinder used airbags to land before this guy rolled down a ramp and became the first wheeled vehicle on another planet.
We're there to understand Mars's climate and how clear evidence of climate change on that planet relates to climate change that occurs on our own.
Mars Polar Lander should then have done this on the South Pole, but instead it crashed, and we never heard from it, despite people calling on it to phone home. Then in 2003, the European Space Agency's Beagle 2 landed, but we just didn't know that for over a decade.
We do not have a signal from Beagle 2.
It was found in 2015, and we saw then that its solar panels hadn't unfolded properly. And there was huge relief in 2004 with successful landings of Spirit and Opportunity, who made huge discoveries.
We believe at this place on Mars, for some period in time, this is the kind of place that would have been suitable for life.
They were only supposed to last for 90 days, but fed back data for years.
Standing by for touchdown.
They were followed by Phoenix in 2008, which went further north than any previous mission. Then Curiosity, which was basically a mobile science lab on wheels.
Touchdown confirmed. We're safe on Mars.
But in 2016, a problem with the navigation system left Schiaparelli free-falling into the Martian surface, and unsurprisingly, did not survive. And then there was Insight and this celebration that went viral. And that brings us up to 2021, and China's Tianwen and NASA's Perseverance.